Good day, everyone. Let's learn English. Let us know how to compose an argumentative essay. This is Quarter 3, Module 1 lesson. First, let's define what an argumentative essay. Do you know what is an argumentative essay? An argumentative essay is a piece of writing that takes a stance on an issue. The writer attempts to persuade the reader to understand and support their point of view about a topic by stating their reasoning and providing evidence to back it up. An argumentative essay is a genre of writing that requires to investigate a topic, collect, generate, and evaluate evidence. The purpose of it is to convince the reader that your viewpoint is true or correct. In writing an argumentative essay, you have to appeal to the mind of your reader using only factual information and in logical manner. Now let's know the steps in composing an argumentative essay. What do you think is the first, second, third, and last? The correct arrangement is choose a topic as one, research is next, write an outline is the third step, and the last step is edit and read. Let's tackle one by one. Choose a topic. In choosing a topic, you have to choose an appropriate topic for an argumentative essay. Search a trending topic that can catch a lot of readers' attention. Choose a topic that you already know. That will make it easier for you to research and write. The next step is research. In researching, you have to look for the credible sources materials from experts. You can use Google or any other sites that you think will support to your argument. Aside from that, you have to take notes so you can easily reference the best pieces of writing when you already start your argumentative essay. So you have to remember to cover the most important and pressing issues. You have to be unique and original in your argumentative essay. The third step is write an outline. This is the proper outline for an argumentative essay. Introductory paragraph, body paragraph, and conclusion. In the introductory paragraph, it is the first paragraph together with your thesis statement. Your body paragraph should have supporting argument number 1, supporting argument number 2, and lastly is the counter argument. In your conclusion, this is the last paragraph of your argumentative essay. So, let's discuss it one by one. How to make an introduction for an argumentative essay. First, outline the topic. Provide background information, and of course, you have to outline as well your evidences. The next thing is, try to address these questions in your introduction. Why is this topic important? How does it affect me? What can be done about it? And lastly, don't forget to include your thesis statement. This is really important. Let's take a look at this example. A very large number of people owns a mobile phone, but I'm not convinced that everybody of them knows about the risk of this mobile phone and how expensive, especially if children or youths own them, they could become, as it is a very controversial topic. I want to talk on the one hand about the advantages and on the other hand especially about the disadvantages and risks of mobile phone. These examples outline the topic. It also provides background information and evidence, and even answer these questions. Most importantly, It has a thesis statement. A thesis statement is a concise one sentence summary of your main point and the claim. It is only one sentence long, but it's the most important part of your argumentative essay. So, how are you going to develop your thesis statement? I will be giving you three ways that you can use in developing your thesis statement. First is turn the topic into a question and answer it. For example, what is the best type of sandwich? So your thesis statement is best type of sandwich is peanut butter and jelly. So from the topic, you just answered it. You gave your answer, and that would be your thesis statement. Then the second one is state an argument and refute it. For example, while some people believe peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are too simple, they are versatile sandwiches that you can easily turn into a gourmet meal. So in this example, you give the argument. You have said that peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are just a simple sandwich. And right away you refute it. You have mentioned that it is not just a simple sandwich, but can be a gourmet meal. This method is effective because it uses evidence and immediately demonstrates your credibility. The last way is briefly outline your main points. You can turn a peanut butter and jelly sandwich into a gourmet meal by using artisanal bread, toasting the bread, and adding additional toppings. So as you can see, in this example, you already give to your reader what you are going to discuss in your arguments later. You already outlined the main idea that you are going to mention. You have mentioned that you will be using artisanal bread, you will be toasting it, and you will be adding additional toppings. This method is effective because it gives a reader a clear idea of everything you will discuss in your essay. So here is another example of introductory paragraph. Observe how is this introductory paragraph written. So the first sentence is your attention getter. The last sentence is your thesis statement. Your background informations are these. It answers the questions who, what, when, how, where. Let's now move on to the body paragraph. A body paragraph is a typical argumentative essay comprises of three or more paragraphs. A body paragraph is a supporting evidence for your thesis statement. So in your body of the paragraph, you must have your supporting paragraph number one, which is your main argument that will support your thesis. In your supporting paragraph number two is another argument that will support again your thesis statement. The last supporting paragraph is your counterargument. Counterargument is an argument that makes an opposing point to another argument. You have to remember that each paragraph should cover a different idea as a topic sentence, piece of evidence such as examples, statistics, studies, citations, and it should present facts and consider a topic at every angle to help you gain a reader's trust. A strong supporting argument must have these five key parts. These are the claim, which is a statement of opinion. This is the topic of your argument. Next one is evidence, a proof of fact that support your claim. The third one is the counter argument, an argument that your reader would make if they disagreed with your claim. The next one is the rebuttal. your response to the counter argument. And lastly is the conclusion. It is a strong statement of the original claim. So let's take a look at this example. So this is your paragraph number 1. So as you can see, it has only claim and evidence that support your claim and a conclusion that summarizes your claim and your evidence. It's the same with the paragraph number 2. It has also claim and evidence that will support your claim for your paragraph number 2. And lastly is a conclusion that summarizes your claim and your evidence in a persuasive way. The last paragraph composes of claim, evidence, conclusion that summarizes your claim and evidence, and then is the counterargument. So this counterargument is a statement against your thesis to show understand reasons to oppose it. And the last part of the paragraph number 3 is the rebuttal. So in this rebuttal, you are going to show how you make your point again and make the thesis stronger. The last part of an argumentative essay is the conclusion. It is just one paragraph that restates your thesis and summarizes all of the argument made in your body paragraph. Rather than introducing new facts or more arguments, a good conclusions will appeal to a reader's emotions. In some cases, writers use a personal anecdotes explaining how the topic personally affects them. So let's take a look at the example conclusion of the previous example I have given. So here is the conclusions of the 3 paragraphs I showed to you a while ago. The conclusion summarizes all of the arguments. So in here, we have 3 paragraphs a while ago. The paragraph 1's claim is the concern about safety. So it was restated here. And then in paragraph number 2, it's all about California is an active earthquake state. So that is the claim in the paragraph number 2. And the claim in the paragraph number 3 is everyone has a cell phone these days. So the author summarizes all of the claim or arguments he presented in the body paragraphs. And aside from that, it also restates your thesis statement. So his thesis statement is all about safety of children inside the school, and he repeated it here. The last steps in composing an argumentative essay is edit and proofread. Do not submit right away your work once you're done. Make sure that you check your essay before you hand it in to edit out any easily overlooked mistakes. For example, spelling, grammar, and other more. Here is another example of argumentative essay. This is entitled, Should Prostitutions Be Made Legal? As you can see, the title is a question form. So here is the introduction. Mention the official statistical data of prostitution rates in the United States. Explain why women choose to sell their bodies and men opt to pay for having sex. So the thesis statement for this is show that legalization of prostitution can harm the society in many ways and thus should not be legalized. Let's now move on to the body paragraph. Argument number 1 is prostitution helps spreads the AIDS and other diseases. His argument number 2 is prostitution destroys moral values and belittles the role of a woman. So his argument number 3 is counter-argument. He has said that in some country, prostitution is already legalized. However, it does not decrease sex slavery. So this is just an outline for the body paragraphs. The last part is the conclusion. So in this conclusion, the author summarizes the points or argument that he has mentioned in the body paragraph. The first one is to humiliate women, which is mentioned in argument number 2. Break their human rights, which is mentioned in argument number 3. And spread diseases, which is in argument number 1. And therefore, he made his own opinion. He has said that it is degrading. Lastly, he restates the thesis that he created. So his thesis statement is prostitution should not be legalized. And it is mentioned again in here. So for your activity 1, I want you to read the essay below, then identify the key parts of a strong argument used in the essay. You have to use the table below to show your answer. So I want you to fill this up. So for our wrap up, I want you to complete this sentence. And blank, try to change the blank by convincing the reader to blank with the writer's point of view. Performance task number 1. Read the essay, then answer the questions. Submit your work in classroom folder provided for this activity. This is entitled Why I Hate Facebook. So you open the link and answer the following 3 questions and submit it in our classroom folder as performance task number 1. Activity number 2. Fill out this argumentative essay outline by choosing the correct notes from the given choices in the next slide. So here is the correct arrangements of that activity. To wrap up this lesson, the purpose of an argumentative essay is to blank the reader that your blank is true or correct. In writing an argumentative essay, you have to use the blank and blank. Performance task number 2. Write your own argumentative essay by following the suggested outline. Choose from the topics given. Your output will be scored based on the rubrics. Submit your work in the allotted classroom folder in your Google Classroom. Here are the suggested topics for the performance task number 2. Just choose one and then develop it in this way. The first page of your performance task is an outline written like this. On the second page is the paragraph form of what you have outlined. So it should have your title, your introduction, argument number 1, argument number 2, argument number 3, and lastly is your conclusion. That's all for today.